Alright, my MSI A8 has finally arrived. Let me show you what it looks like. So here's the back and this is the bottom. Actually, at first glance, the whole machine looks a lot like the first generation, that white model. There are also some issues that are pretty similar to that one. I'll talk more about those in a bit. Alright, let's take a look at the buttons on this device. First of all, the left and right joysticks are the same, the D-pad, ABXY, and these 4 function buttons all feel just like the ones on the C8. Exactly the same. So, if you're looking for joystick covers, as long as they work with the Steam Deck or the C8, they'll work with this one too, they're all compatible. Secondly, its screen is the same as the MSI C8, and the screen protectors are interchangeable as well. If you bought this device and didn't get a screen protector, just buy one for the C8 and it'll fit. Right now, you can also get tempered glass protectors on Pinduoduo for about 11 yuan each. These two sides here are the speakers. Let me tell you all a few things. First, there's this grid pattern design on the front. Normally, when you're holding it, you'll only be touching this part. This area here is where you'll feel some friction, but mainly it probably serves a decorative purpose. The anti-slip effect isn't particularly obvious. Over time, this part might collect dust or get dirty, and it's pretty hard to clean. If you have stickers, it's best to stick one on here if you can. Alright, next, there's a clear improvement in the grip this time. They've made a much deeper handle, as you can see. Let me show you here. Holding it with one hand is no problem at all. So, if you have smaller hands, this handle fits pretty well. Look here, I can just hook my fingers inside and get a pretty firm grip. Back then, because the handle had some edges and corners, it might dig into your hand a bit here, but it's not too bad, you can get used to it. Alright, now let me talk about how this device is actually quite similar to the first generation ROG in some ways. First, take a look at this. Because when the Xi and Z chips first came out, it was the same situation. There wasn't a really compatible graphics core or graphics driver. This is the current version, but I don't think it's the latest. For example, if you buy one of these new machines like the 370-7840 or 8840 models and so on, they will all have an update because their format is more widely compatible and can be used more broadly. However, with the Xie and Z chips, there are some cutbacks compared to the original chip. So right now, there isn't a particularly well-suited chip for them, and their gaming performance might not be that great in some games. I'll talk more about this in the next update, which is the second point. This is what I experienced today when I tested this device at 30 watts and 35 watts, specifically when playing Black Myth Wukong. The fan at 35 watts just can't keep the power consumption under control at that level. I've already reported this issue to the official team, and they will later put some restrictions on the chip. Whether it's adjusting the timing of the power limit or tweaking the fan scheduling, both can solve this problem. So don't worry, everyone. This is an issue that can be fixed through software. This is similar to the first generation ROG device. They wanted to keep the fan noise low, since a lot of people find fan noise annoying. But in my opinion, keeping the device cool should be the top priority. As for the fan noise, it's just a little bit. If you turn up the game volume or wear headphones, it's not a problem at all. I just don't get why the official team is so concerned about the impact of fan noise. Sigh. This time, they really put the cart before the horse. The fan noise is actually really quiet, even quieter than the C8, but the cooling management just isn't good enough. The heat dissipation isn't sufficient, and it can't handle 35 watts. When it runs at 35 watts, playing Black Myth, the CPU temperature hits 94 degrees, which causes the chip to throttle, dropping the frame rate from over 50 frames straight down to just over 20. This is the biggest pain point with this machine right now. But if you keep it under 30 watts, there's no problem because this chip, when you go above 25 watts, the performance improvement of the chip is actually pretty minimal. As long as you stay within 30 watts or at 30 watts, the cooling system can handle it. If it really can't keep up, you can just go into the front end here. Right here, select this, and then over here under the fan settings, there's an auto and an advanced option. Click on advanced, and just crank all these curves up to the max without thinking about it. No matter what the temperature is, it'll now run at full speed all the time. But actually, this speed can still go even higher. That's the effect you get. As for the rest, I'll keep updating with more game test videos for this machine later on, because this is the latest chip, and I'm really excited to see how it performs in all kinds of games. I want to test them all, so if you want to keep watching my videos, please follow me and give a like.